Organization is not a one and done thing. We know that, right? Experts say having an ongoing system in place is really the only way to maintain things over time. And my next guest recommends what she calls a weekly reset, a way for the whole family to work together for a more successful week. Professional organizer Susie Salinas is joining me through the screen to share her approach. Susie, great to see you.
Great to see you, Brooke. Thanks for having me.
You consider this your number one tip to staying on top of things. That says a lot.
Yes, I really do. It's the one thing that I do that makes the biggest impact in my home. It's really a game changer.
So why, as you get kind of underneath the why of it, why is a weekly reset so crucial, so important to the hum of your home?
That's right. Well, organization, like you said, it's not one and done. You first want to have everything have a home, and that's what being organized is finding what you need when you need it. But without ongoing systems to maintain that organization, it's going to revert back to chaos. So you need some kind of reset, and a weekly reset is best. And it's really just that. It resets your home from the previous week, and it gets you ready for the week ahead. And every time I do one, it makes me feel like I'm more in control of my week instead of my week being in control of me.
You touched on two big buzzwords, I think, for any busy mom and any busy woman in general, and that's control and chaos. Chaos is that cloud that feels like it's looming over your shoulder, ready to drop in at any time if you let it. But the control is what we're after ultimately for that smooth feeling of peace in our home. And you do say this weekly reset does it. So how does it work for your family? Does it happen at the beginning of the week on a weekend?
Yeah, we do ours on Sunday afternoon. And I think doing it sometime in the weekend, during the weekend is important because it's really a family affair. No one should be doing the weekly reset on their own. I am a big believer in shared household responsibilities. So it's best to find some time on the weekend that you can carve out on a consistent basis and make sure you block it out on your calendar with reminders because it's hard to build that habit until it's there.
Yeah. You've broken this down for us into basically a to-do list for everyone in the family, starting with the kids. So with all hands on deck as our approach, what should the kids be doing?
Yeah, and this is going to look different in everyone's home, but in our house, the first thing is kids putting away piles. So that's piles around the house, in their room, and that includes things left out on the kitchen counter, the shoes on the floor right next to the shoe basket, toys, things that have piled up on the steps, like whatever, just putting away piles is huge. And then the next thing is taking their turns doing their laundry, and we use timers for that. So it's kind of a tag team. Each of my kids does their own laundry on the weekend, and when one person finishes, they tag the next person, and we make sure that we're training them using timers so that it keeps moving.
Okay.
And then the next thing is to help out with chores, and that varies from week to week, just depending on the state of our house and the state of the chaos and what we need done. And so it could mean like wiping down surfaces, emptying trash cans, cleaning bathrooms. Like usually we pick out those activities on the fly in the moment.
Okay.
And then the last thing is prepping their lunches and for their school week. So we pack our school lunches once a week, so they're getting everything ready for their lunches.
Smart.
Our week easier, and then also getting things like their PE clothes, library books, just like looking ahead to what they need that week.
So your lunches are stacked up in the fridge. The kids have helped assemble, so you've got their buy-in on what they're eating Monday through Friday, but they can literally grab and go.
That's right. And so they're just more assembling their lunches versus starting from scratch. So it makes our mornings so much smoother.
I can see how that would absolutely. What does the hubby do as part of the weekly reset?
Yeah, so he opens all the mail. We only open our mail once a week because we believe in a touch once policy with the mail. So you don't start it until you can close the loop on each item.
So where is your mail sitting as it comes in?
We have a mail tray, and all the junk mail gets recycled first, and then it all goes into that tray, and we don't touch it until Sunday. Because we have a system we trust, we know that by the end of Sunday, it will be emptied down to zero. And so he goes through all the mail, takes care of all the action items, and then anything I need to handle, he puts on my desk.
Okay.
And then he also does all of our laundry as well.
Look at that. Check, check, and check. What are you doing for your weekly reset, Miss Susie?
Yeah, so my job is really more around food. I do the meal planning, I go grocery shopping, I clean out the fridge probably before I go grocery shopping so there's room, so that gets maintained. And then I'm also prepping our fruit and veggies for the week.
I see gassing up the car on your list as well, which again, it's one of those little things that if it sneaks up on you at the wrong time, that chaos on your shoulder can swoop in on your way to wherever Wednesday afternoon. But if you've done it in advance, that's just so smart. Finally, what do you do all together on your reset day? Those are the individual tasks, as everyone sort of does the divide and conquer, but you come together for one piece of it too, I understand.
Yeah, that's really for the calendar sync. And that's for us all to look ahead and see what is coming up for us. And we have the kids bring up their school and sports schedule. We look at our calendar and we make sure that we all know what's going on. We have a big weekly calendar that we keep in our mudroom where everyone can see it. And so we fill that in just like the week at a glance. And that really helps us anticipate what's coming up.
You've got a couple of apps to help with some of these tasks for the family out there that wants to streamline, wants to smooth it out, wants to give this weekly reset a go. First, tell me why you like the app AnyList.
So AnyList is great for just your regular to-do list. You can have packing lists, shopping lists, whatever you need on there. But I have loved using it for my meal planning. You can have your grocery list, but you can also save recipes from the internet that you see. You can categorize them. So I have all my soup recipes, in one folder. And then you can drag those recipes to the day of the week where you're going to serve it, and you can add it to your grocery list.
Oh, how
so
smart.
It is such a great app. It's really one of my favorite apps right now.
How slick. 30 quick seconds. Tell me about, is it Toady?
Toddy. I think I'm saying it right. Yeah, Toddy.
I'll go with your way, sister.
It's really for spring cleaning and household chores. So it helps you stay on top of your cleaning, as well as you can assign tasks to others.
Brilliant. Susie, thank you so much for sharing your family system that works so well and has, I know, for many years for you and your team at home, and giving us ideas and inspiration on how we can smooth out our own path and keep chaos off our shoulder, right, as it looms, and get that control that we want. Where can we find more advice from you?
Always at Instagram at Susie, Systems by Susie. And then we have a blog post on the weekly reset where you can download a free printable and create your own list.
Nice. I really appreciate all the helplines you're putting out there, Susie. Systems by Susie is where you'll find more advice like this. Great to chat with you, friend.
You too. Thanks so much.